Hey guys, I am Ibigandscary. I'm bringing you another StarCraft 2 replay, this time featuring Blink in the bottom left corner playing our green Protoss, and in the top right, BoneCarlos, our Periwinkle Protoss. This is Game 3, featuring both of these fine players. We're on Tal'Darim Altar. Game 1, Blink took it with a nice, powerful, Zealot and Colossi mix with some sentries thrown in for good measure, controlling and shutting down BoneCarlos' heavy stalker play. And in Game 2, BoneCarlos went for the good old 4-gate, crushing Blink before he could get up the infrastructure to support his mid-game play. You know, it takes a while to get those Colossi up, and BoneCarlos decided that he wasn't going to give Blink enough time to get it up. BoneCarlos went for a fast Nexus also. He had, I don't know, it was a 3-gate into Nexus or something like that whenever he was trying to defend against those Colossi. So it's interesting to see BoneCarlos bump from one extreme to the other. Not really extremes, but one into the spectrum to the other. And then Blink kind of doubled down on his first build, went with it again. And we're going to see if it pays off for him. Maybe he'll go for it a third time, see if BoneCarlos goes for a 4-gate again, or maybe we'll see some shenanigans. I don't even know. I do know we're on Tal'Darim Altar. It's a beautiful map. Got 4 little Xel'Naga watchtowers. It's a beautiful bridge. It's a beautiful bridge. You got probes coming out from both players. Actually, an earlier scout from BoneCarlos probably wants to make sure he knows where his opponent's base is, his uncertain spawns and all that. Gateways are going up with the assimilators also underway. We're going to see a Cybernetics core out after the next pylon, I am sure. Spending down that chrono. BoneCarlos has been saving that chrono recently, just trying to get the warp gate tech out as quickly as possible. It's nice to see him spending it on probes now too. I'm not 100% sure if that's just a conscious decision that he's making or if it's macro slipping. I know that that's the #1 thing that I do wrong, is save up a buttload of chrono boost energy. Cybernetics core is being built for both players pretty much neck and neck. We're going to see that differentiating structure in just a couple of seconds as BoneCarlos continues to mine off of one gas. Blink's been doing this thing. He gets both gas pretty early. Once the Cybernetics core is completely finished up, an early 2nd gateway out of Blink. That's a change up. Last time he went straight for the Robo. So maybe Blink's the one who's going for a 4-gate, or it could be something even later. Maybe 2-gate for the fast expand. Tal'Darim does have a nice opportunity to expand. I mean, you got a pretty big base where you can hide a bunch of structures, but a very small choke leading to a sheltered natural. Bit of an overpass leading down to the low ground, but a moderate-sized ramp right here. Usually you'll see the wall off in this area, sometimes diagonal, but rare, because you have a supplemental pathway leading down to the 3rd with some destructible debris. Tal'Darim Altar is a great map. It's been around for forever, and by great I mean it's old. It's probably past its prime. It probably needs to be replaced, but it's still fun, and it brings back fond memories. 2nd gas coming up for Blink as he takes down that probe from Blink, still alive in BoneCarlos' main base. You can see he's chrono boosting out that warp gate tech, and they're pretty much neck and neck, 60 to 71, a bit of a lead for BoneCarlos, but nothing crazy. He's got that 3-gate down, so this is the build that he was going for last time, 3-gate with the Twilight Council after an expand. Let's see if the bigger map can give him the edge he needs. Oh, what will it be, the edge that he needs against a 3-gate with a Robo? I don't know. This is what Blink was doing the first time that BoneCarlos went for his first build, and it did not end well for him. Those warp prisms can be quite devastating, and if you're not careful, the immortal drop that Blink was doing the first time could devastate the probe line, especially with BoneCarlos. He's not looking like he wants to get an expansion. It looks like he's going straight for that Twilight Council. He's going to go for that Blink tech before he goes for an expansion. 1, 2, 3, 4-gate? 4-gate with the Twilight Council, so probably a Blink timing out of him. Does he have that 2nd gas? I didn't check. Yes, he does. So 2 gas for that. A lot of Stalkers coming out of him. So it's going to be Stalkers against Immortals, which is always a fantastic game to watch as the Warp Prism finishes up. And by Warp Prism, I mean Warp Gate tech finishes up. 3 Stalkers, 4 Stalkers out on the field for Blink with that first Observer popping out. Don't see a Twilight Council out of Blink or anything like that, so no Blink tech for him. But the Immortal, or maybe even a Warp Prism coming out of the Robo facility shortly, will tell us what direction Blink wants to take his build. Blink is about a quarter of the way done for BoneCarlos, and that's going to get confusing. Blink for BoneCarlos rather than for Blink. And I recognize that, and I apologize, but there's not a lot I can do about it, especially now that Blink is getting the Twilight Council. This is just going to get incredibly confusing in very short order. So Twilight Council for Blink. Maybe he's going to get Blink. He's got quite a lot of stalkers out right now. He's getting another Observer, which tells me he's going to be scouting some high ground so that he can Blink into it. It's going to come down to Blink Micro, and it's going to be incredibly entertaining, especially with BoneCarlos mixing in a handful of other units. It doesn't look like he's going for a good old-fashioned 4-gate. I think he's going for an expansion after this. I hope he's going for an expansion after this, because if he goes up for a straight-on battle, Blink has the numbers advantage. I mean, we switch over 10 to 6 right now. And yeah, BoneCarlos has the single sentry and I guess 2 more stalkers. But I don't know. I think Blink is going to have his number on. What's the economy looking like? 27 to 21. Again, Blink cutting probes in favor of a larger economy. The Observer has passed a couple of the stalkers as they leave. Blink probably suspects that this engagement is forthcoming. 49 to 44 supply, but some of that's going to be those probes. I think army count, we're actually pretty much dead even. Yeah, 10 to 9, and then with the single stalker in the sentry in the area with its guardian shield, that'll be a bit of a help. But remember, a lot of BoneCarlos' stalkers are kind of out in the field. Some force fields kind of whiffed, making BoneCarlos clump up his stalkers. Oh, but Blink is done for him, so he's engaging with his Blink tech finished. Blink is being a little bit aggressive, pushing out even though he doesn't have that tech. BoneCarlos pushing back now that he's got the numerical superiority. 10 to 13 with BoneCarlos heavily in the lead. An Immortal will be started right now. Blink is being chrono boosted out, but it's still halfway done. BoneCarlos needs to press his advantage right now with that superior tech. Oh, but the weakened stalkers are beginning to go down. Several lost from both players, 9 to 11 right now. Another fresh stream. Oh no, he hit his own stalker, severely weakening it. But the stalker numbers are still in the favor of BoneCarlos. He needs to press his advantage before both of these units pop out, Blink and Immortal. That's going to be pretty bad for BoneCarlos when it does pop out. What's this? An Observer from Blink, just making sure that nothing's going on at the bottom side of BoneCarlos' base. Immortal has popped out. Blink will finish during this engagement, blinking from BoneCarlos. Really good job on the micro of those units. Seeing that Immortal, seeing the mass of stalkers from Blink, and having to GG right there and then and there, knowing that the Blink micro wasn't good enough to keep his stalkers alive, despite the superior numbers. Good job, BoneCarlos. Poor BoneCarlos knocks down to the losers bracket. I think we might already be in the losers bracket. I know BoneCarlos has played once before. I don't know if he won or not. I apologize for not knowing that. You guys should check out GameFAQs.com to check out the bracket and find out who's playing and who's gonna win. That's it for me. You know when I cast, the real winner is the children. So support the children. Give me something to cast. If you guys have a game for me to cast, you could PM me here or on Reddit. One way or another. I will see you guys later. I am Ibigandscary.